Hello all you geeks out there, welcome back with another myth on Geek Mythology Stories, and today we have Jason, Wanderer of the Seas. So, let's get started. An oracle told King Peleus of Iolcus to beware of a man wearing one sandal. The king had reason to worry at this oracle. He had seized the throne from his half-brother Aeson and killed all of Aeson's children. Any man who had done such a thing certainly couldn't relax. After all, a dishonorable soul always expects the worst. In fact, Aeson's wife, Alcimede, was with child when King Peleus killed the rest of her family. She pretended that the new baby was stillborn and secretly sent the boy, Jason, away to be raised safely and educated, well, by the only decent centaur, Chiron. Chiron did his job admirably. He trained Jason in the hunt and arts in nature. When Jason was grown and ready to claim the throne that was rightfully his, he set out to return to his birthplace. With each step, his heart beat harder. He hurried so much that he lost his sandal as he crossed the river. On the day of his arrival, King Peleus was holding games on the seashore. He saw a man running toward him with one bare foot. No, this youth was concentrate realization of the oracle. When Jason told King Peleus who he was, Peleus prepared. He said that Jason must perform a difficult task, and if he did, King Peleus would abdicate the throne to him. The task was complex. A winged ram with golden fleece had been sacrificed to Zeus, and its pelt had been saved. King Peleus demanded that Jason bring him that golden fleece. The golden fleece was in the far land of Colchis. It hung from an oak tree and was guarded by a dragon who never slept. What an adventure! Eager to start, Jason had built a ship with 50 oars. He named it the Argo, after its builder, Argos. The 50 men who sailed it were the Argonauts. The finest sailors in Greece, included son of gods and kings. Hercules was among them. Their first stop was inside Lemnos. The women there had killed off their men, but welcomed the Argonauts as fathers for future children. Jason took the leader as his wife and fathered twins. Next they stopped in the land of Dolinos, where they were welcomed. But then they left. Stormy winds confused them, and in the night they landed once more among the Dolinos thingies, who took them for an enemy that often attacked at night. In the dark, the Argonauts killed many, including the king. When daylight came, they lamented their mistake and gave the king a luxurious burial. The third port was Mysia. One of the men, Hylas, went to draw fresh water. A nymph, excited by his beauty, stole him away. Another man, Polyphemus, heard his cry, and thought he'd been robbed. He called Hercules to help find the youth. Hercules forgot all else and plunged deep into the forest. Finally, the rest of the Argonauts could wait no more. They set sail without them. Hylas was never heard from again. Polyphemus founded the city Cius, and became its king, and Hercules went back to his labors, which had been interrupted by this quest. The fourth port was in the land of Bebricus. Oh my God! The king there forced strangers to box with him and killed them that way. The Argonauts' Polyductus was a master The Argonaut Polyductus was a master boxer. However, he killed the king. As the astonished Bebryces attacked, the Argonauts slew many of them as they fled. The fifth port was Salmydessus in Thrace. There the Argonauts met an old soothsayer, King Phoenix, who had been blinded by the gods for a past offense. The man was tormented by the Harpies, two birds with the heads of a woman. Every time Phoenix sat down to eat, the Harpies devoured his food and left behind a stench. He begged Jason for help. When food was served, sorry guys. Two Argonauts chased them away, never to return again. The old man feasted with his guests and gave them advice on how to pass the Symplegades. Yeah, real word. The Symplegades were enormous rocks in the sea that winds could make crash together. Thick mists cloaked them, and no ship had ever successfully passed between them. But the Argonauts had no choice. Colchis lay on the other side. When Argo was near Symplegades, Jason let a loose dove, and Phoenix had advised. The dove flew through, losing only a single tail feather. So the Argo dared to sail forth. The rocks came smashing through, but they caught only the very rear of the ship. Ever after, the rocks were fixed in place. Since once a ship had passed through them, they were fated to be motionless. Finally, Argo moored into Colchis. Jason went to King Aetes and explained that he needed the golden fleece. Just like that, as though now everything would fall into place, the king said he would turn it over if Jason yoked at the chalicerous bulls without assistance and plowed a field with them. Sowing dragon's teeth. These huge, what was I again? These two huge wild bulls had bronze hooves and they breathed fire. Jason had no idea how to begin, but Medea did. She was the daughter of the king and a sorceress. She had fallen in love with this daring stranger. When he pledged his eternal love, she gave him instructions. First, he rubbed himself with a potion that protected him from the bull's fire. When they charged him, he managed to yoke them and sow the dragon's teeth. Men in armor sprang up from the sown teeth, ready to attack. Jason sprang throws into their midst, as Medea had advised, and the soldiers turned upon each other. While they fought, he killed them. When King Aetes saw that the tasks had been done, he knew that Jason couldn't have managed alone. He flew into rage and threatened to kill the Argonauts, but Medea snuck off with Jason to the oak tree where they put the dragon to sleep. Okay. With another magic potion, they took the golden fleece back to Argo, and the men set off for home, bringing Medea's brother Epicus with them. Yeah. King Aetes followed, but Medea chopped her brother up and threw his pieces into sea. The king stopped to gather the limbs of his slain son, and that delay gave the Argo time to get away. But Zeus was furious at what Medea had done to her innocent brother, so he told Jason the Argo had to visit the nymph Circe on the island she would purify them. Oh my God, this is so long. I'm not going to be able to finish this. Alright. We're going to have to put this in a part 1, part 2, guys. So, see you guys on another video, and I will be there with another myth.